wait till some people get in here. Oh, chilly. A lot of people probably won't even stay because there ain't no cops. We're just gonna talk. Well, we got a like. Doesn't say anybody's in here yet, but right there. Oh, I just walked into a tree branch. Oops. Donnie, what up, bro? Keeper of the list. Hip check, is that what it says? It's just supposed to be a check-in. I was out looking for cops earlier. I didn't really see much. They were out pulling everybody over and running plates, but like, it was all quick stuff. I couldn't even get there. And I watched one. They pulled the car over right in front of me, and he literally walked up to the car, said like two. My bad. It disconnected my Wi-Fi because I'm walking. Had court twice last week. We had Danielson court. We had it Tuesday and Friday, Wednesday and Friday, the 17th and the 19th. Is it still buffering? It was buffering because of my Wi-Fi. I had to shut it off. Is it better now? Let me know if it's better. So, we went to court Tuesday after I called them. Thank you guys, I appreciate that. We called them. Well, I called them and I said, can we just put the court dates together so I don't have to come out there Tuesday and whatever. I think it was Wednesday and Friday. And they were like, nope, you got to show up. So I showed up to have this security guard marshal guy literally freak out and try and kick me out because I had my hood on, which we're allowed to do. They told me a couple months ago, because I asked them, I said, is it like a judge's order or something? And the dude told me, he's like, no, our bosses just don't like it. Well, I don't really care what your boss is like. And he was literally about to throw me out of the building. So I was like, I need your boss. None of them could show me this made-up thing. They said it was a judge's order, but nobody showed me. And the supervisor was cool. He came out. The dude was like, he needs this copy of it. And I never saw him again. He literally disappeared, and I never saw that dude for the rest of the day. They never said anything about my hood for the rest of the day. When I came back Friday, I wore a beanie, and they didn't say anything about that. I have O'Donovan Murphy's email, which is the head, like, Daryl boss, so I messaged him that day. Thank you, Donnie. I literally emailed him, and I asked him what was going on with these, like, not the, I don't want to say it, but the German-like tendencies. And he emailed me back and actually sent me, like, the thing, and he said they're allowed to, Brooklyn, what up, bro? He said they're allowed to have you take your hat off when you go through screening, which I did. I got no problem with that. But once you're in, you're allowed to wear your hat anywhere but the courtroom, which is common sense, right? So I'm glad he didn't say anything Friday, but when I showed up, same stuff, Brooklyn. I seen you on, what was it, Wolverines live earlier? That's awesome. That was cool. And Ryan, what up, dude? So when I went in Wednesday, though, the prosecutor literally said, all right, we're going to put that case with your other case and come back Friday. I filed motion for discovery in both cases, the made-up driving case and the speech, whatever they, creating a public disturbance, BS. So I filed for discovery in both, and I filed for a motion to dismiss. My Honda's so fast, but Vincent, what up? I see all you guys, Alex, Donnie, Carl. I filed a motion to dismiss the driving charge, the driving with no suspension. I said it has no merit. They saw a car that's not even in my name or registered to me and didn't pull it over and then put a warrant out for me. You know who drives that car that looks just like me? My dad. Like, so they don't have anything. And then I saw the attorney at court that I was talking to, the one I'm trying to retain. And he asked me how everything's going, so I told him. And then I told him about that, and he just made a face. Like, everybody I tell about that, they're like, what? And I'm like, yeah, dude, I've never seen it. I didn't know. Like, if you ran from the cops and got away, that's one thing. Maybe, yeah, they know it's you ran. But, like, to just see a car and assume it's me, I want to find out who's, like, signed off on that at the police station, because that's ignorant. But so that case is going on. We have trial in Norwich coming up for creating a public disturbance that we didn't do, and the cops pretty much agreed we didn't do, but they still needed to give me a ticket and needed my ID because he had a complaint, which doesn't make any sense. That trial's on the 25th. Far lap, there you are. Brooklyn, Ryan, I appreciate all you guys, especially you, Brooklyn. I'm not playing. We're going out soon. Yeah, those days are old, Brooklyn. They're over for me too. I got 3 cases. Well, I got more than 3 cases, but I got 3 courts. So the trial's coming up for that. I'm gonna try and switch the judge and do some stuff there because we're already guilty. If we go in front of that judge, what assault, Donnie? There's a bunch of stuff we'll check in. Like, I got a bunch of stuff to tell you guys. There's been so much stuff going on that, where was I? So the Norwich is 25th. That we're gonna try and do some stuff there because we're done there. If we go in front of that judge, we're guilty, and we're not gonna have a fair shot at anything. And then we got New Britain. New Britain's the other court. That's where they arrested me for talking in public. No, not talking, just filming. My bad. That's going on. And we went in front of the judge last time, and they asked me what I wanted done. The prosecutor, I told her I wanted the case dismissed because I didn't break no law. And she literally laughed at me and said, "Isn't that what everybody wants?" I'm like, yeah, okay. So 5 minutes later, we went up in front of the judge, and we went up in front of a different prosecutor, old hag lady. And she liked to tell the judge how I had cases all across the state and blah, 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 blah. And rubbed it in, like made me look like a real scumbag when I'm not. And then I told her, I told the judge, I said, I don't know how we're trying to move forward. And they're trying to charge me. I said, I literally have an email right here from the chief of police stating that I didn't break a law and what I was doing was legal. And that he was opening an investigation into his officers. I said, why aren't we listening to that? And the prosecutor literally like jumped up and shouted, "You don't have that!" Like, I appreciate all you guys, man. I see you guys. Literally told me that I don't have the email, and then they refused to look at the email. Appreciate you, Ryan. So the email didn't exist. They wouldn't look at it. So I'm not playing with any of these courts. I don't feel like coming back 30,000 times. So if we can, I'm just going to set up trial. And that's what I told the judge. I said, if I don't feel like coming back and forth, I'd just like to set a trial date if that's what we're going to do. But we're also going to put in motion to dismiss there and see if we could just get it dropped before we have to do that. But we have pre-trials set up for that for February 15th, I think. And share Brooklyn Audit's link. Anybody that comes in that has a channel, you guys can share all those channels. Boost them up, because that's really what it's about. But so yeah, we got court dates on court dates. We're trying to beat them because it's really taking a bunch of my time. I'm lucky that I have a job with people that support the First Amendment. Like the company that I work for, the owners really love this stuff. So I don't get away with it there. I mean, it's not cool missing work, but they get it. What else is going on? The New Britain chief of police. So get this, guys. The New Britain chief of police, the one that sent me that email saying that I did nothing wrong. What up, M? He just retired. He's done. And Tyrant Slayer went to that PD last week to ask some questions. Didn't even specifically ask anything about that. And they told him that they couldn't answer anything. Everything had to go through the mayor. Blah, 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 blah. And I had actually, what did I do? I emailed the mayor before that because she's the only one that's getting things done there. Like once she yelled at, I don't know what she did, but the chief wouldn't answer me. Once she talked to him, she made him answer me. I got what I needed. Well, almost. They're still withholding. There was 3 after they took my camera and stuff. There was 3 officers that walked up that were in suits that looked like higher ranks. You couldn't see tags. You couldn't see anything. And even if you could, I was getting arrested at the time. I wasn't paying attention. They won't give me those names. Those, you can hear it in the video. I ask them. I say, so you guys are going to allow this stuff, this kind of behavior? And they say, they're just doing their job. So I need those names. But so I emailed her about that. She's gonna look into it. And then I told her when Slayer went to the PD, they said they couldn't answer anything and everything had to go through her. So I'm like, I don't know what's up with that. And she's like, well, who told you that? Because that's not true. Like, so who knows who's lying? Either she's lying or the PD is lying. Same here, Brooklyn. I wish you all the luck. If I can help you in any way, let me know what I can do and I'll help you. If there's a way I can help you, I will, dude. And I'm gonna come up there sooner or later. I don't know. I should see how much a train ticket is. Take the train up there one day. I was thinking about it last night. Thank you, man. I got a few. I really think New Britain's done. They could do whatever they want. There's no way in hell they're ever beating me there. That's black and white. I really believe Danielson Court, even though I didn't break a law. Like, I've even had other cops tell me from Willimantic, like, oh, I would have arrested you for that too. And then I have other ones that say, well, she went too far. You were just talking. Hey, Brooklyn, I have a panel. I can do a panel. I could get us up if you need it. Oh my God, Boru, you are the man, dude. I swear to God, every time. I appreciate that. 'Cause times are definitely rough right now. So court, man, just court. It's not like, what are we gonna do? We could plead out. They keep telling me to take these offers. I'm not doing that. I really don't feel. That's why I'm in the situation I'm in London or Norwich. Like, I know I didn't do anything wrong, and that lady's still gonna find me guilty because that's just what she's gonna do. But I don't know. I'm not somebody that's just gonna take the fall just to get it over with. Like, if I didn't do anything wrong, I'm standing by it, and that's kind of how I am with the police, and that's why I get in so much trouble. Because once it's a standoff, it's like I'm down to go. But I don't know if I should do that all the time because they keep arresting me for it. But nah, Brooklyn, there ain't no offers. Listen, the law has got me plenty of times that I pled out and I did something wrong. I'm not going to plead out when I did nothing wrong. Like, I know I did nothing wrong. I know what the Constitution is. I know what the laws are. But I have people like the mayor. John, what up, bro? Like the mayor of Willimantic and the town manager. They won't even meet with me to discuss any of the stuff going on in this town. And they keep telling me they would. And then the day we were supposed to meet, he literally pulled out and said he can't talk about his cases with me. I got plenty of stuff I want to talk about. Those cases, we can talk for hours and not discuss them cases. And I told him that. He's just a pussy, dude. He literally is. They're all in on it. I was just out there now, Willimantic, dude. They're literally just running plates, stopping cars. They're usually sitting around, so it's weird to see them out doing stuff. But how is everybody else doing? I haven't checked in with none of you guys. We got Brooklyn, Ron, John, Ryan. It's life, man. And literally, I knew that I was going to catch cases and stuff, but let's discuss that. Like, I keep saying never, but maybe I did think I was going to get so many cases so quick just because of this state. This Connecticut is horrible. It is a police state to the end. Like, that's just what it is. And it's hard to do this out here. People have tried, and they slam people down pretty quick. And once you keep getting cases, and that's all they're doing is trying to slow us down. I spoke to Great Lake Audits earlier. Shout out to him. If we have mods in here and they want to throw his tag in the chat, you can. And it was the first time I spoke to him, and he seems like a really good dude, and I got some questions for him. We're going to talk tomorrow, and we're going to see what's moving on. We got to look at the statute of limitations. Absolutely, Donnie. Of course it's supposed to be the Constitution State, and the statute of limitations on these these cops because, Buru, you're the man. And we're going to look into the statute of limitations because we can't let that expire on these cops. And we're really going to look like we're going to really try and press these lawsuits on New Haven, New London, the police departments that assaulted us for nothing, broke my stuff. Buru, you were in the live there after that. I remember you donated then and helped me towards some of my gear that they broke. Like, it's pathetic, and we can't let them get away. Literally, I've let the PD do their thing. New London. At first, I didn't even complain. You guys did. By the time I talked to them, there was already an IA investigation going. Took 4 months. We got the results. It said he assaulted me. It said he violated my rights. And when I called the chief, what did he say? Well, we agree there was a policy violation. No, assault is a criminal charge. And if I did that to him, I'd be in jail right now still. So how do we press charges? Oh, you want charges pressed? Like, why do we have to call and press that? You guys, as the police, our law enforcement, should be doing this stuff anyways, right? Like, if a cop committed a crime, why do we have to call and press the issue? You guys should automatically call in a third party. Thank you, John. What about intent? The intent letter. Is that the same? Well, I forgot where I was going. I spaced. John threw me off with that. What's that? No wrench, Farlap? Yeah, Brooklyn, I believe you, and I don't want to wait, but we can't let them get... Oh, that's what I was saying. New London. They literally did nothing. I'm in touch with the court right now. Good job, Ryan. I appreciate that, too. I got to get in touch with the court right now and try and just skip the PD because the PD doesn't want to do its law enforcement, doesn't want to enforce the law on a law enforcement officer. It's sad. It's pathetic. Here, let's do this. Brooklyn, you should have a reg though. It's just, it's in my mind, it's crazy. It's literally crazy. Assault is not a policy violation. It's a criminal charge, and he should be charged just like the rest of us. And if anybody hasn't looked into that cop, look on my page, dude. He's been getting in trouble since 2009, and not like little stuff. Slapped a chick in a nightclub off duty in 2009 in front of other officers. If I did that, I'd be charged with domestic and never be able to have a gun, not continue to work in law enforcement. No, thank you, Brooklyn. What happened in 2012? Well, here, let's do this too. Hold on, guys. So, 2012, him and 2 other officers, they beat and tased a drunk dude at a program. Usually those programs you have to go to drunk to get into. Like, I've been to programs. So, who knows what happened? It didn't give me the details, so I don't want to speculate too much. But they beat the man pretty bad and maced him. The 2 other officers, were one retired, the other was forced to retire, and he was fired. They gave him his job back after a year. 1 year. Same department he went back to. 2013. That was 2013, he got his job back. In 2016, they split a college kid's head open in his dorm next to where the call, in the dorm room next to it was where the call was. And it says, thank you, Buru. And it says that he was simply trying to give them information on the stuff. And the cop said he got excited and he acted up. And they ended up putting him down. They kneed his head into the ground a whole bunch of times. And he ended up with a gash on the back of his head like a few inches long, 2 to 3 inches, from them kneeing his head into the ground. A few months later, he was promoted to lieutenant, who doesn't know anything. A couple years go by, 2022. Yeah, John, then I'm hit. Mine's been past that. All of them. So, I forgot what I was saying. I keep spacing. What were we talking about? I'm trying to bring the chat up. Here we go. But, oh yeah, the LT. So he's promoted to LT. Who's behind me? He was promoted to LT a couple months after splitting that kid's head open. Fast forward a few years. He assaulted me in the parking lot in 2022. So, he's not a good officer. He needs to go. So we're going to try and, he needs to pay. He needs to be charged, just like we would have been. If any one of the 26 of us in this chat did that to him, we'd be charged. We would literally be in jail still. So, just because he has a badge and a costume on doesn't mean he can dizzy trip. What up, man? He could just assault people randomly. Like, how does that work? It's happened too many times now. They think it's okay, and it's pathetic. Like, I have a video I'm going to put up. There's no sound to it, but I believe it was 2014, they killed a dude in custody. It was pretty crazy. There's the whole video. I have the video, but I don't have the audio, and they probably didn't give the audio for a reason. But the dude was like mentally crazy. He was from Toronto, and he came down here. I read the whole article, a few different ones, and to me it sounded like he was having a mental breakdown. And they ended up tasing him for jumping in the window of somebody's car. And they took him to the hospital. He was cleared. He went back to the PD. Now, same here, Brooklyn. But when they brought him back to the PD, now, I'm no genius, but I've been in police custody a bunch of times. And when you're on, like, suicide watch and mental health issues, they don't give you normal clothes because they don't want you to hang yourself. It's, like, common knowledge. So they had him in a paper gown. He said he was cold. They gave him his pants. He started, like, winding his pants up, but not, like, to hang himself, but to, like, whip them with it. But he was locked in the room. So they wanted the pants back. They ended up opening the door. Words were exchanged. And the dude, at the end, pretty much booked out. And he was, like, running around it was kind of comical at the beginning. And then it was sad because he died. But there was, like, I think I counted 18 officers at one point in there kneeling on him. I mean, you can't see perfect, but they're definitely putting their knees on his back. From one angle, it looks like there's a cop with a knee on his neck. Like, and it was pathetic. You can't tell because there's no sound, but it looks like they tased him a bunch of more times. And he ended up dying. Like, it was pathetic. That PD is horrible. Like, and I don't know how none of this stuff, like, the news don't cover that stuff. Like, I literally have to research, like, all these departments and things to, like, you know what I mean, find this info. It shouldn't be this hard to get this information. Why aren't the news covering this? Like, why aren't the news? Yeah, it was crazy, John. I'm going to put it up so people could see it, but it's insane. Like, they're killing people. What was so important that you needed them pants right there? Right then and there that you needed those pants back? He wasn't going to hurt himself with those pants. And even if he was, you guys shouldn't have never gave him the pants to begin with. So he literally, absolutely right, he literally died for nothing. Like, not putting his pants on. Like, I don't know. He literally died, though, and that's sad because I think there's so many better ways that could have been handled. Like, and it wasn't just like some dude either. They kept trying to say he was on drugs. He was a doctor. Absolutely, Ryan. Way more harm to him. Like, let him be. He was a doctor, though, from Toronto. Like, a legit person, had a life, everything. And it sounded like, from what I read, that he just had a mental, like, breakdown. He thought witches were after. He had spells on him. There were ghosts after him. There was all sorts of stuff he thought was wrong. So instead of bringing him to a mental hospital, they bring him to the regular hospital who medically clear him, and then you bring him back to jail. The jail officers and cops and marshals aren't fit to be doctors and the people that went to school forever to do this. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people that went to school to deal with this, and cops didn't. They chose to take 6 months of classes or training and become a cop. So let's put this person where he should be, in a donut shop. I'm at Dunkin'. I came down here I got to get soda for my girl. But That's why I went live. I haven't checked in with everybody lately, so I wanted to let everybody know where we were at. Stuff's moving, but like it's just moving. We got to figure out the stuff with the lawsuits. Like John said, if it's 120 days, we pretty much missed that on all of them. So we got to be better moving forward, I guess. It's live and learn. I appreciate everybody. Probably going to check out. I just wanted to check in, make sure everybody's good. Tomorrow, I mean, I don't know. The plan is tomorrow morning, because I guess these cops in Willimantic have been out there nice and early, so I'm gonna try and get up early and go out, so maybe we'll be on in the morning and have some good stuff, but we'll go from there. Everybody enjoy your night, have a good evening, stay safe. Okay, John, good stuff. Thank you, Brooklyn. I'll talk to you guys soon. Thank you, dude.